Tortoise behavior can be confusing, but understanding it can be very important. Tortoises are not social animals, and head knocking or butting can be a sign of mating rituals or dominance. They are usually everyday animals with tendencies to be dim depending on the ambient temperatures. They are naturally unsociable animals. Tortoises are the longest living land animals in the world, although the longest living kinds of tortoise are a matter of discussion. Most tortoises are docile or easily handled and tend to be shy unless two males miss their path and meet. Tortoises can make interesting a good feast, although they can exemplify some challenges due to their size and dietary habits. Diets differ based on their kinds, but all tortoises need quite a combination of foods with careful attention paid to the amount of roughage as well as the calcium or phosphorus balances of their food. Some kinds have greedy appetites and also need a large amount of food. Time for everyday food preparation and the expenses associated with the amount of food a tortoise eats should be taken into consideration before getting one as a pet. Many tortoise kinds are reasonably large and need a decent-sized space, preferably outdoors. However, tortoises are best suited for areas with mild and pleasant climates. Depending on the temperatures where the tortoise originates and the area where you live, it may be necessary to bring tortoises indoors overnight or during cooler weather, and with the larger tortoises, providing indoor housing can be a big challenge. Some kinds also need to go dormant, which can be very stressful on the tortoise and require special environmental situations. When constructing an outdoor space, you must make sure it is strong and that you bury your walls if you have a burrowing tortoise. Tortoises are quite strong, especially the larger ones, and slight enclosures won't hold them for very long. Some tortoises also climb surprisingly well, so they may need a roofed enclosure. Also, for some tortoises, trying to climb steps or other barriers can result in them tipping onto their backs, which is something that should be avoided. Most tortoises will also need some shelter outdoors, such as a doghouse. Many owners often heat these. Male tortoises will also smell the sewerage region of the tortoise, as this gives off the behavior of other animals of the same kind. This helps the male determine not only the gender but also the species. Tortoises are highly unlikely to mate with a different kind. And it's not only males that will exemplify these behaviors. Gravid female tortoises, which are carrying eggs, will also become aggressive, biting, headbanging, and crashing any tortoise, person, or object that is near them. Some Mediterranean tortoise kids are more prone to head knocking than others. If a male tortoise is head knocking, biting, and generally being powerful, it could also be marking its territory in defense of other males. Tortoises will also do it to bully smaller, younger tortoises, and inconsistent kinds. Bullying can happen at feeding time, when a larger tortoise will defend its food from vulnerable tortoises. A tortoise will not go out of its way to bite you, and it may only happen if you put your fingers near its mouth. Walking is a natural part of the tortoise's behavior. In the wild herbivores, kinds of tortoises will walk for hours and hours hunting for food. Even with a large outdoor tortoise pen, you may find your tortoise will continue to speed. It's just your tortoise expressing its natural behaviors.